So what's the deal with pour over coffee? You see it on the social media, the Instagrams, all the YouTubers seem to be into it. What's the deal? What's all the hubbub? What's all the fuss about? Like I said, pour over is all over. I'm guilty of it. I've shown it on here. I've posted pictures on Instagram. It seems to be all the rage. Hell, pour over coffee seems to be more popular than a pumpkin spice latte in October. The question is it really as good as it's cracked up to be? Everybody seems to love it. Is it because it just looks good on camera, or does it actually taste better? That's what we're aiming to find out today. So we figured we'd do a fun little experiment and we would do a blind taste test. So what we figured we would do that would be the fairest in order for this blind taste test to be accurate is we're going to do 3 different brew methods. We're gonna do one in a Chemex, we're gonna do one in a Hario V60, which are both pour overs, and then we're gonna do a good old standard automatic drip. The drip coffee pot we're gonna be using is the Breville Precision Brew. We will keep the water to coffee ratio the same in all 3 brews. That way we eliminate that as a factor. We're gonna use about a 16:1 approximate brew ratio. The actual amounts I'm gonna use is about 30 grams of coffee to 500 grams of water, and that's gonna be even across all 3. We're also gonna be using the same coffee in all 3 of these to eliminate that as a possible variable. Thanks to the folks at Trade Coffee for providing the coffee and sponsoring the video today. If you're like me and you love trying different coffees and tinkering around with coffee and grinds and brew methods and whatnot, but I don't have a lot of local roasters to choose from, Trade is a great way to get specialty coffee freshly roasted from some of the nation's top roasters delivered right to your door. All you gotta do is go out to their website, fill out a quick survey that's gonna help them figure out kind of what you like, what roast and whatnot. Then you'll just jump over, select the frequency at which you want your coffee delivered, and bam. Nice bag of freshly roasted coffee delivered right to your doorstep without you ever even having to go anywhere. After you try your coffee, you can also log back onto your Trade account and review the coffee, which will just help Trade further dial in and make sure they are sending you the very best bag of coffee possible for you. If this sounds like something you might be into, look for the link I put down below this video, and that is going to get you 30% off your first bag of coffee from the good folks at Trade. We will be using the metric coffee en masse, you know me in pronunciation. This is the coffee we're using. We're gonna be using it at all 3. We'll brew all these up. We'll put some letters on the bottoms of the cups so we can identify things afterwards. I'll pour the cups for my wife, she'll pour mine so we don't know what's in what cup, and then we'll do this blind taste. We'll see how this thing pans out. We'll see if pour over is really different than drip. Determining if there's a difference, I feel like is probably more objective. Determining which one is best, I feel like is gonna be a little more subjective, right? That's really kind of palate dependent. But I still think it'll be an interesting, fun little experiment to do just to see if we can definitely tell a difference between the famous pour over and good old standard automatic drip, or if they all kind of just blend together. I will say we're making it as hard on ourselves as we possibly can with the drip situation, because we are using that Breville Precision Brewer that I mentioned earlier. That makes the best drip coffee you can possibly get. It allows you to adjust your water temperature, your flow rate, your bloom time, which, I mean, what drip coffee pot allows you to even have a bloom. So it really does make the closest cup of coffee that I've had to pour over in an automatic drip. So we're making it pretty tough on ourselves. So we'll see how this thing pans out. So enough talking, let's brew up some coffee and see if the good old pour over reigns supreme. I poured hers, she poured mine, and we have a little piece of paper in our pocket on which one's which. We got some numbers on the bottom. Don't let me see it. I don't want to see it.
Also a Costco receipt.
I don't want to see that shit.
Let's fold it up.
Okay. She was trying to cheat when I was pouring.
No.
She was. I saw her looking. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But anyway, we're not trying to guess which one's which. We're simply going to taste these and then rank them, our favorite to our least favorite, and see if pour over.
See what we actually like.
Yeah, see if pour over is truly better than drip.
Because I just drink drip coffee. Pre-ground.
Heathen. I try to show her the way. I'm like, babe, what ratio do you use? Like how many grams of coffee per water? She goes, oh, I don't know. Like I fill up to that line with a tank and I put like a couple scoops in there. I was like, oh my God, you're not my wife. You're not my wife. I'm so
It works for me. I used to grind all the beans every single day, and I don't do that anymore.
Well, you said you couldn't tell the difference.
I don't.
I feel like I can tell the difference between pre-ground. I feel like I can tell the difference between pour over and drip coffee. But this is going to be
We shall see.
where the rubber meets the road. Is it
Let's
really?
do it.
Is it really different? Because we don't know what's what. In my head, Hario and Chemex are almost the same. They make a slightly different cup, but I can't say that I like one better than the other. So that's going to be tough for me probably. But usually I do feel like both Hario and Chemex make a smoother, more enjoyable cup than drip to me.
Okay.
I could be totally full of it. Watch this come out with drip first, Hario, then Chemex. So I'll be like, son of a. All right, let's get sipping.
Okay, so I'll start over here.
I wonder if there's any difference in smell. I know you're gonna think I'm crazy.
Oh, shut up. You can't tell already.
That one smells more like cherries. You smell, tell me if one of those does not have a more cherry smell to you. Maybe use my cup. That's probably
No.
not a very good nosing cup because it's so open. This is more funneled. Smell that. I don't know if this is good, bad, or different, but smell that and tell me if you don't smell more cherries in that one than you do in this one.
I don't have a nose like you, you know? I'm not yeah, I can, yeah, it's a little stronger, I guess. What smell? This one too.
I smell cherry.
Both of these smell stronger than that one.
I'm not full of shit. This one might be, by the way, the reason we have different cups is because we did not have 6 of any cup. We had like,
We're lucky to have 3 of
we had
them.
like 4, 3, because we have a ton of coffee cups, but they're like random one-offs. And by the way, the notes they say on this coffee is cherry, nougat, and wildflower honey.
I definitely taste like floral
Honey. Wildflower honey.
and cherry. I don't know about nougat.
Nougat's kind of,
I don't taste like no candy bar, I'll tell you that.
I don't know which one's which. This might be the drip. I don't know, but there is more cherry in this cup. Yeah, that's not as fruity. There's not as much cherry in that, and that's a little more earthy, a little more dark and earthy and less fruity.
This tastes like a flower. Okay,
That one,
moving on.
here's one thing I've determined. I can tell a distinct difference between the 3 cups.
This one I feel like it's just like not stronger, but like more has more like more of something.
I'll just-
See, I'm bad. I don't know what it is.
I'll just
that I
run
taste,
around
but-
setting up this damn camera equipment and now drinking hot coffee. I'm like sweating over here. I'm sweating. Maybe it's just because I'm close to you and you're so hot.
That's what it is.
Can you taste the difference though? I don't know that
Sort of.
I'm having a hard time classing which one I like better, but I can definitely tell a difference between the 3. So it's interesting that there is a legit difference. Like it's not just like, oh, it doesn't matter how you brew your coffee. There is a legit difference. It does bring out
This
different
one,
flavors.
I mean, this one tastes different to me.
Is it bad to swish coffee around your teeth?
Probably. Can't see your teeth anyways.
I'm gonna say this is my favorite so far.
Why do you put them in the opposite way?
Because to me, I don't know. Okay,
It
here.
should be like this. Like
Okay, there.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Make you feel better?
You did that with the whiskey too, you did it backwards. Yeah. This one I can definitely taste more like, it's like stronger. I don't think I like that one as much. But watch, this one's probably be your favorite and my least favorite. I think that's my order.
Want some water?
Side of hair.
A little bit of beard hair stuck in there ain't gonna hurt you. A little beard hair never hurt anybody.
That's good.
Get off my water, woman. I for real am hot. I have to turn the AC off when we do this because the AC unit is behind where we're recording and it hums in the mic. And no AC and drinking hot coffee is making me sweat. You're getting shiny. I'm just kidding.
Kinda.
I'm
Tell me that.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I need to get my shit together. Get it together. You can do the thing that they do when they cup. You can go like this.
I'm definitely not gonna do that.
You ever seen them do cuppings?
I actually like this one better. Than
You ever
this one.
see when they do cuppings and they're like, you never seen them do that? It's crazy obnoxious.
Like,
it's
is
the
that
way,
really necessary?
supposedly it like,
Is it necessary?
supposedly it aerates.
I doubt it.
Supposedly it
I doubt
aerates.
it.
I'm just saying, it's a thing. It's a real thing.
Ugh. Yeah, no. This is it. This is my final. This one is definitely, I don't like that one.
Got a little too much ass on it though for old girl. A little too much ass
You
on it for
calling
old.
old.
I'm just saying.
There's definitely a difference.
There's definitely a
For sure.
difference. So if there's nothing else this has proved to me is that the different brew methods for sure change the flavor of the coffee. What I'm having a problem with, and it's really more opinion also really, is which one's better, right? That's extremely subjective. Extremely subjective. Correct me, Sophie. Correct me, coffee people. I almost did it again. You said it to make fun of people's speech impediments. I think I have a speech impediment. So I'm allowed to make fun of people with speech impediments.
No, you're still not.
If you have the thing, you're allowed to make fun of those people.
No.
Of course you are. It's like skinny people are allowed to make fun of other skinny people, fat people are allowed to make fun of other fat people.
You shouldn't make fun of anybody.
Old people are allowed to make fun of
You shouldn't make fun of anybody.
Mother Teresa over here. I think you're still getting most of the flavors in all of them. I'm not gonna say that one of these is, oh my God, this one's a total like nougat Three Musketeers with cherry bar and this one's a turd. You're getting kind of all those notes, I feel like, in all of them, but this one is for sure the most even.
Yeah.
Even across the board.
That's how I feel about this one.
Really good. This one, I feel like that one's a little darker, a little more earthy.
I feel like I can't describe them, but if I could, it would be what you're saying. So it'll be interesting to see if we got them in the same order.
That one for sure to me has a little sour punch in it. There's a little sour. This is interesting.
You ready?
So yeah, let's check it out. We've lollygagged enough. For this, this first one that I said is my favorite is B. It's drip.
Yes!
It's drip. It's drip.
Okay, hang on, let me see what my favorite
Drip.
is. C. V60.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean for this?
I love it!
What does that mean?
That means you should just ditch all your fancy coffee.
Okay, second place was A, which was V60.
My second place is A, which is the Chemex. The drip is my least favorite.
Oh, so make fun of me for ditching all my fancy coffee. Maybe you should start drinking some fancy coffee.
This is drip. That's my third place.
And third place for me was C, which is Chemex. My ranking was drip, V60, Chemex. I could be totally full of it. Watch this come out with drip first, or then Chemex. So I'll be like, son of a.
How funny is that your least favorite coffee is your number one, and what I drink all the time is my least.
Yeah. That just goes to show you. It's
interesting.
Doing it blind is interesting. I don't know what that says.
It's so interesting.
This definitely was for fun. This is no scientific thing. We have different palates. Am I gonna say now this means that drip is better and I'm gonna say, damn all the Harios in the Chemex? I enjoy pour over coffee. I like the process of doing it. I think it's fun to tinker around with it, play with your grind setting, play with your flow rates and your temperatures.
It's kind of like
it's a meditative thing almost, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna ditch all my pour over. But it is interesting that blind, this came out sour to me, which is the very opposite. This was the Chemex. So.
Well, what's funny is that for me, remember I said like these two were kind of like close, and this one was the one that stood out. Mm-hmm. So both pour overs I liked better than the drip.
I typically like robust flavors. I like darker roast coffee sometimes. I like stronger whiskeys, I like cigars. I like darker.
Yeah, but this drip one tasted way stronger.
I know.
To me.
Which is why I put it in the first, I guess, because my palate likes that more, I suppose. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out because doing it blind is interesting to me because it takes away all the preconceived notions and just says, hey, what do you like? Maybe we'll do this again sometime with a different coffee. I would be curious to see if we did this with like a dark roast coffee, if we got the same result. Maybe a really light roast coffee if we got the same result. What it means is I like drip and you need to start using all my fancy coffee stuff, I guess. I need to give up and just start putting it in the pot, and you need to start learning how to weigh out your 16 to 1.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep putting it in the coffee pot.
I will say, in my defense, that damn drip coffee pot we have is like the best drip coffee pot ever.
Yeah, it is good.
Do some research on
It's the.
I just had a complete brain fart.
I almost said Bissell.
Bissell. It's the Bissell carpet sweeper. Breville. Precision brewer. Maybe that's just me trying to salvage the fact that I put drip at number 1. It was like me putting Buffalo Trace at number 5 in my damn whiskey video. And one last time, big thanks to the folks at Trade for providing the coffee for this video so that we could do this fun test. Again, I'll have links down below if any of you guys are interested in checking Trade out. I'll put a link. I think it's good for 30% off on new members, so you can get a little discount if you want to check those guys at Trade out. So thanks again to the guys at Trade for sponsoring the video, and
supporting the channel. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you did and you found it interesting or got some good information or at least shit just found it a little entertaining, smack that thumbs up button. That always helps us out. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you on board. Hope everybody is having a fantastic week.
And we'll see you in the next video.
See, there it is. She knew it. All right, all right. Did you just do like the Dolly Parton?
I have to zhuzh it a little. It's flat.
Cups, Winston. You got to stop with the clawing around, dude. Why every time we start filming does my nose itch? Maybe I'm allergic to you.